I can't even remember back when, but I know I've been at Eunice High School 17. This is my 18th season, I'm pretty sure. So it's good to be here. I always enjoy talking to Coach. He and I, we have some things in common. He's been more places, and I can tell him stories, and he understands what I'm talking about. You know, it's funny stuff, though. It's like we said, you never get bored in this profession because you meet a lot of interesting people, adults and the young ones. I was telling him about communication. I can kneel the football players down, about 65 of them, and tell them to look at me and stop what you're doing and give them some instructions, and half of them would not to know what I'm talking about. It's I told him what I might start doing is bringing a cell phone and texting. And he said, yeah, but you have to learn to use the little symbols that they use, and then I would have communication 100%, I think. Because on Monday, told the seniors, we have to put the stripes on the helmets, right? So I said, all right, all seniors, first thing I said, turn your helmets into Coach Mack after practice. So I went to the dressing room, Coach Mack came to me, and he goes, half of them did. So, one of them was my son. He didn't put his helmet in there either. So, yeah, I'm talking about 4.0 averages to 1.9. The listening skills are not what they used to be. I asked him a couple times, guys, do I need to speak another language because this English one is not working? But anyway, we had a scrimmage last week, and we did really well, which can be a problem because, you know, again, we're talking about young people, and they read the paper, you know, saw that we shined in the scrimmages. So Monday we had the worst practice we've had in the last 10 years. But we have a good senior group. They played a lot last year, had a lot of close games, and we won late. And so this group has experience. We have a quarterback that can throw, and we have some good receivers. And, you know, on defense last year, it's probably one of the worst that we've had, especially third down. We give up, we make 2 plays, first down, second down, third down, they get a first down. So, but I can see the difference this year, and I'm hoping that we're a lot better on that side of it. Got a kicker back, it was all-state kicker. So all the 3 parts of the game, you know, we have players to cover that. So, to make a long story short, we should have a decent football team. Now, you know, what's decent for me compared to what the expectations are for people, that's different. You know, if we don't make it all the way to the finals, we're not going to be decent, I can tell you about that. So we'll see a little different look. Because last week we played Kaplan and Iota. Neither one was exceptionally fast. I mean, they played hard and physical teams, but we were able to kind of run around them a little bit and throw the ball. We were 11 for 13 for 190 yards passing, which that would be great if we could do that every game. So that would make some fans happy too, because they like it when the ball's flying through the air. But anyway, we have a chance to be decent. I'm excited about it. I want to wish Coach luck. I know he's got a younger squad than we do. But he's going to get them right. I feel sure about that. So, anybody have any questions about school? I think we have 620-something students right now. Probably pick up a few more. We're hoping to stay in that range so we don't have to bump up to 4A. Because this is the year, what is it, November, Coach? We turn in our numbers, and then they tell you whether you're 4A, 3A, whatever class that you're going to play in for the next 2 years. We're hoping that Curtis doesn't decide to play 3A.
Yeah.
But, you know, they could if they wanted to. So.
Yeah. How close are you from?
We were right at the top the last 2 years.
Moving up.
So yes, which is good. You want to, you know, if you win enrollments up there, our numbers are about 85 players right now. Anybody else?
Did you see Simon this summer?
Oh yeah, I didn't talk about him, but I did see him a couple of weeks ago. You know, we had the Matthew deal, so
yeah.
First thought comes to my mind is, well, who's the next name? But he seems to be doing really well. He was working out at the field, and he's a completely different person.
I've heard good things.
Yeah. I mean, he talks
very good things.
Like an adult now, and communicates well. You know, he's got a chance to be a first-round draft choice, and not many people can say they have that opportunity. So, like Coach and I were talking, you should celebrate after you sign your contract, not before, like now.
Exactly.
So, he's got a chance. They're very high on him. And they were last year. They thought he was one of their best defensive backs last year.
He's the next guy in line at LSU.
Yes.
I mean, they don't. Yeah. He's
so
if he can keep it together, he's
just got to. Yeah, he needs to go to practice and go to class.
Yeah.
That's what we tell him. Thank y'all.
That coach mentioned the jamborees this year. We're both going to Opelousas. I think next year we're working really hard on doing a jamboree here. There's been a lot of talks and a lot of action on both Eunice High and St. Ed's part to put together the first annual Joe Nagata Memorial Jamboree. And it looks like it's going to happen hopefully in 2013. If not, it'll be shortly thereafter. But both Coach Tross and Coach David are working real hard on finding an opponent to make this thing happen. So you'll be hearing more about that in the future, because we'll probably be asking you for some help. But with that, I think Coach David, it's your third year here, I want to say, at St. Ed's. We'd have Coach Thomas David.
Thank you for having me. It's always good to get a free meal. Like Coach was saying, in this profession, I had a guy that I worked for, old guy, been in for 30 plus, and he says, Coach, I learned this much in 30 years of coaching football. He said, players win games, coaches lose them. As long as you understand that, you'll be able to handle the business, which is pretty true. As far as our outlook for the season, like Coach said, we're younger. My first 2 years here at St. Ed's, I had the luxury of having first year we had 16 seniors. Last year we had 10 or 11. This year we're down to 5. And some of it's just the makeup of our school. Right now in that senior class, I think there's maybe 12 boys. So there's not a whole lot in the class. You know, we got 43 kids out, which is a pretty good number at that level. Would like to be closer to 50. You know, people is always good. But most of them that played last year got a chance to get on the field because we had some opportunities in some games to get guys on the field. So they've been on the game field. We'll see how it goes tomorrow night, how we handle the lights. Hopefully we're young enough not to realize we don't know much and play beyond our years of experience. Been around some ball clubs that have been that way, and that's kind of what you shoot for when you're young. That have enough moxie and enough oomph to get out there and play without really having a whole lot of clue, and just play hard and have some success that way. We've got a couple of boys that are kind of big, and hopefully we can lean on people and create some creases, because we've lost a little bit of speed. Not as fast as we've been the last 2 years. We lost the LaFleur, David Scott LaFleur, and we lost Adam Claus, who were two guys that could run with anybody. So we'll be a little more blue collar probably in our work. Any questions?
Tell us about the scrimmage.
We scrimmaged Dalton, had a pretty good night. We started slow. That's always an issue with us with the speed of the game, because when you're practicing against freshmen, a lot of times their agenda is not to get hit as opposed to hit people. They're more in a survival mode than they bring the abuse mode. And so it always takes us a little bit to get into that mode. The speed of the game changes from practice, and that's just at our level. You know, coach sees it, I'm sure it is to some degree, but usually in a 3A school, you've got the numbers where you can have juniors, sophomores that are on the other side of the ball giving you a look, that have a little bit more oomph to compete because they think they got a chance to win a job. Freshmen, you know, job security is based on surviving till you're a sophomore.